Listen, from Pampers to pull-ups, panties, pads, like this postpartum game ain't no joke, okay? Um, it's a lot. It's a lot. We have 6 kids total. I have an infant, newborn, who's snoring and refuses to burp. I have a newborn, 3-year-old that's in pull-ups / panties, 4-year-old and panties. Then we have teenagers. And I have a dog that have a training pad because he don't have all his shots. Yeah, it's a lot. I ain't never been through nothing like this. Not even with none of my other children. This postpartum lifestyle is different than any other time I've had children. I don't know. It's rough. It's rough. I look rough. Still fine, but I look rough. Like I had no touch up since September for my baby shower. Had the baby in October. It's the end of January. It's a struggle. I ain't been nowhere. Can't sleep. Sleep deprived. It's rough. It's rough. At this point, I'm just taking it. Hell, not even day by day. I'm taking it minute by minute, because thinking about the day is overwhelming. I homeschool a 3 and a 4-year-old, but I don't sleep. So, I don't know. It's a struggle. I got a good support system, but everybody got their own thing going on. Not trying to be a burden. So, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to keep fighting. Some people, the older generation, you reach out to them, tell them, hey, I need a little help. You know what I hear? Oh, you got it. You're going to be okay. Eventually, I'm sure. But in the moment, I don't really be trying to hear that. I just be wanting help. Not a solution to my problem. Not a life story where I did it with 12 kids. I get all of that. I love that for you. But in this moment that I'm reaching out, I don't need nothing but what I ask for. They say, oh, you should ask for help. If you're down, just ask for help. And then you ask for help, you'll be okay. A pat on the back is fine in certain situations. I promise it is. I appreciate it if that's all you can do. But do not offer help and say, oh, let me know if you need some help. Don't do it. And then when someone actually asks for help, you got this, girl. You're doing so good. You better than me. I need help. That's what I need. Even if you just come and sit and watch the kids, like something. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, you had them kids. I know what the hell I did. I know what I did. And once I'm over this postpartum situation, I'm going to do what I got to do for my kids. Hell, I'm in it and I'm doing what I got to do for my kids. I know what I had. Me and my husband both know what we got ourselves into. However, with that being said, we all need help. And I need help. My husband worked midnights, so don't say, oh, well, he needs to step up. He worked midnights, 7 days. And he helps when he's here. Still. Even when I'm trying to tell him to go to sleep because he got to go to work, he helps. So that's not the issue. The issue is I still need help. And that's just the bottom line. Now, this pregnancy, everything about this pregnancy was different. It's like my body was like, I'm going out with a bang. You gonna remember this. You're gonna remember the last time you was pregnant. Baby, I won't forget. From the pregnancy, like my body, it just, whoo, child. I was going through it. Just the aches and pains. I wasn't sick. I was never sick with any of my pregnancies. My very first pregnancy, I just couldn't hold anything down. I was on water only, but I wasn't sick. I always got perfect blood pressure. Everything's always fine. This baby, same pregnancy. Now she was the first baby that I actually gained weight with. All the others, I lost weight. She was the first baby that I gained weight, and just carrying her, it was different. I was feeling pains in parts of my body I didn't know existed, that even had feelings to, or nerves to feel pain. Like, it was different. When I had her, all of them were C-section, unfortunately, but they're here and healthy, so thank God for that. When I had her, when I was on the table, I had an itch in my throat. My throat was real scratchy. And I'm telling the anesthesiologist tech, like, hey, I need something. Of course, they can't give me water, but I need something. This man say, you want me to suction your mouth? If you put that tube anywhere near my mouth and I'm telling you my throat is dry and itchy, why would you suck anything out of it? It's nothing there to suck. I'm a choke. Then I was feeling like a weird pressure, like I couldn't breathe. So I'm like, oh my gosh, don't panic. So in the midst of panicking, because I still panic, I would panic and then I would say, okay, you can't do this because you can't go out like this. Finally, baby here, boom, she fine. No breathing problems, no nothing. The baby before her, when she came, I had to do chest to chest or skin to skin, whatever you call it, because her breathing was off. Then this baby, okay, so she came, everything was fine. Well, I used the bathroom. I was able to use the bathroom, got discharged on the third day. I got discharged on the third day. And then I was having headaches. I didn't think nothing of it. I don't have headaches, but I didn't think nothing of it. And so, going about my business, my best friend, she say, it sounds like you, first of all, she been telling me since I left the hospital, like, you probably shouldn't have left because it sounds like you got having spinal headaches. Before I got discharged, I did have a spike in my blood pressure, just briefly, but then the next time they took it, it was lower. Now, was it back to my norm? No, it wasn't. But since it was lower, they discharged me. So, and then I started having headaches. And so my friend was telling me, like, I think you having a spinal headache. I had it. You should go to the hospital. So finally, I decided to go to the hospital because I'm like, okay, it's going to be an in and out procedure for them to fix my headache. So I go to the hospital, y'all. And they said they were going to give me the procedure, blood tap or whatever it is, where they remove blood from anywhere in your body. It was my arm. And they put it in your spinal because during the procedure of me having a C-section, fluid leaked or whatever. And they needed to fill that up with the blood. So I go to do that. And the best person to do it, he didn't do it the way he normally does. So when he was back there after they cleaned my back and everything, I was hearing them talking to the nurses and everything. Now I'm praying because I just don't like no procedure, but I'm praying. But in the midst of that, I'm hearing, oh, I need a such and such. So he actually leaves. Like, the nurse was like, I can go, the aide or whoever she was like, I can go get it. He was like, no, I'll go get it. So he went and got whatever he thought he needed. And he resuited up, cleaned up, whatever. Now, the procedure wasn't performed in like a private room or not even the operating room. It was performed, I was on the side of the bed in the recovery area. So open to whoever walking by, they can see what's going on. The curtains weren't drawn. And so but I wasn't naked. Only my back was exposed. So he's back there and he tells the girl, oh, this just isn't working. I'm going to just use the catheter to do it. So I'm like, okay, well, I hope it works. And so he used the catheter, put the blood. Now, the way the procedure works is they put blood in there and they tell you, once you feel pressure to where you cannot take it anymore, let them know. And, that means it's done. But they're in your spine, like you cannot be moving. So I'm sitting there. Once I felt pressure, I'm like, okay, I don't want no more. Like, that's enough. And so after they finish, they lay me down. They finished cleaning up and everything, and they lay me down. Well, when they lay me down, I'm like, I feel numb. Like my butt was numb on the right side and my foot was numb. And I'm like, I just can't feel nothing. Like it hurts because I'm not used to feeling numbness. Then I'm on a blood pressure monitor. Y'all, my blood pressure was like a 2 something over 98 or something. Now, I don't know if y'all familiar with blood pressure. I was a CNA for 13 years. Can't recall the exact numbers, but baby, 2 over anything is not healthy. So, I was in the recovery area. So I was asking, like, can my husband come down? He had the baby with him and she strictly breastfed, but we like, it shouldn't be that long. Plus she was asleep. It was literally like 6 days. It was the 7th day, actually. She was only 7 days old, so she was knocked out. And so they like, he can't come down or whatever. So I'm texting at this point like, babe, my blood pressure too high. This is what it is. He didn't call everybody that he needed, like in a circle, to let them know, like, look, this is what when I tell y'all I had people praying for me, I ain't never met a day in my life. So best friend and her fiance got on the phone. We all praying together. They like, well, you'll be able to go up soon. So the guy who performed the procedure, he's like, when he seen my blood pressure, they called him actually and was like, because they assign you a person next to you. So she was supposed to monitor me for the hour, but seeing my symptoms, she called the guy back down, the anesthesiologist or whoever he is. And so she called him back down, and y'all, he had fear in his eyes. He like, I don't know. So he ended up calling the neurologist. Like, he didn't call him directly, but he paged him or whatever. So when he called him back, now where my bed is, the desk is literally like right in front of me, like diagonal, but like a couple of feet. So I'm hearing everything, even him trying to whisper. So when the neurologist called back, he like, hey, this Dr. such and such. My patient, I performed this, but I didn't do it the normal way. I ended up using a catheter to put the blood in because whatever wasn't working. And he was like, no, I had never done it before. Why the hell you think you want to try some new shit on me? So, he like, I never done it before. He was like, okay, well, I'm going to just make sure she could walk. And so I'm laying there, y'all, like scared. All I can think about is I got 6 kids and a husband. I got to make it home. I don't care what I got to do, but I got to get up out this hospital alive. So I ended up going. The numbness was still there, but he was insisting like, okay, well, no, let me see you walk to the bathroom. So they actually had the person that was monitoring me helped me go to the bathroom. I was able to go to the bathroom and use it and, walk back to the bed or whatever. He like, oh, well, she walked, you were walking, so you're fine. Y'all, I'm still not fine. My hand right now, I'm scared that my OBGYN gave me a referral to the neurologist because I was still having headaches at my 6-week postpartum checkup. I'm still having headaches. My arm, like from the back of my hand all up my arm, is numb. And it hurts if touched. Like if I'm holding my baby in my right hand, I gotta be real careful. And I was scared to call the neurologist, but I'm gonna have to call him tomorrow because at this point I just gotta face it. But on top of that being numb, like my foot and my leg on the right side, it's still that right side is numb. I ain't never had these pains and issues beforehand. So that's the issue I'm dealing with. Like, it's crazy. And then, so after I left there, they was like, we're going to have to admit you. So I'm like, that's fine. Because it was 11 o'clock p.m. on my 7th day. Or was it my 6th day? Whatever the situation was, I had just made it in time to be admitted to labor and delivery so that my baby and my husband could stay with me. If I would have waited at the rate it's going, if I would have waited another hour or two, I would have had to be admitted to the ICU because they had to give me a magnesium drip. Magnesium drip for my blood pressure. And with that, you got to be on a drip for 24 hours. I would have been away from my newborn baby for 24 hours. Listen, if y'all having any issues, literally just go to the hospital as early as you can. Even if it turns out to be nothing, it's better to just go early. Like, don't wait once you have a newborn, because I don't know what caused my blood pressure to hike up. I don't know. And it would not go down. It did not go down for the longest whole 24 hours. It went down maybe shortly after I finished that drip. Headaches were still there. They was giving me all types of meds. The meds worked. They put me to sleep. Can't say they took away the headaches because I'm still having them, but it's just the whole situation is crazy. And not only me, like, I was pregnant with one of my best friends, and she had to go to the hospital for the exact same thing, like the blood pressure, 7 days later. And it's like, dang, like, I don't know what they doing. Like, I've never seen so many people have to be hospitalized within a week after. I know it happens, but just the number of people. I know another person personally who, I forgot they were pregnant, and they called me and they just had their baby. And they were like, this recovery is different. Like, I even had to go back for the magnesium. I'm like, Lord, I went through that too. So I don't know what we going through or whatever, but I don't want nobody else to go through what I went through. I don't care who you are. I don't want, like, if you having headaches, do not leave the hospital. Don't let them discharge you. Nope. If your blood pressure is not back to your baseline, don't leave. Don't leave, because you don't know what can happen. You don't. So, make sure y'all going to the hospital. Like, it ain't no joke. After that, they kept me for a couple of days and I was discharged. I did feel better at the time I was discharged. So let me rewind. When they did that little spinal thing, my headache did go away immediately. So they was like, okay, that's good. That's what it's supposed to do. I wasn't feeling the headache anymore. However, that numbness, hell, it was there. So my, like I said, it was in my butt, and like I couldn't feel my leg. And so I was able to walk. And it's crazy because thinking about it, I know that when my leg is asleep, y'all ever had your leg sleep and you could still walk on it, it just hurt. So it's like, for you to even say, as long as I could walk to the bathroom, I'm fine. that's crazy because I could walk on my foot right now, but it still hurt. It's still numb, you know? I don't know. That's weird. I guess he like, look, you got movement of it. It ain't on me. But whatever that situation is, whatever. I'm going to go to the neurologist. Prayerfully, everything is well. It's just something, I don't know. But I know I don't want no more procedures. Baby girl is not trying to burp. She's snoring. I don't want any more procedures. And I pray don't nobody have to go through that. I'm sleep deprived. I haven't been to sleep. I have an hour. I did just go to sleep at like 4, 5. I did take a couple of hours. So maybe I got 4 hours max within the last 24 hours. But I'm beat. Every time I go to sleep, it's something. It's something. I just wanted to vent. Come along with me on this journey. Because it's a journey for sure. Like, our youngest is newborn. She's 3 months. Our oldest, the only boy, is 18. Yeah. It's rough. Now, biologically, the youngest 4 are from me. And I was just blessed to be a part of my older 2 children's lives. But nonetheless, they mine. And mama's tired, okay? Mama's tired. So, I guess she not gonna burp. I've been on this for 20 minutes. I'm not editing nothing. It is what it is, y'all. When I get to the point to where I can edit, when I'm juicing or out with the kids or something, and I record, I'll do that. But y'all getting this just the way it is, okay? So I hope it helps somebody. I hope if you're going through and you just looking for information online, like, go your butt to the hospital, okay? Just go to the hospital. All right. I love y'all. It ain't nothing y'all can do about it either. So I'll talk to y'all later.